What's up, guys? I am back for another video. Now, this is the first, I guess, attempt at this style of videos I've been seeing on YouTube for like my entire life. So this is my crack at it, and you saw the title. Today we are tackling the most controversial topic that's been on the internet for the past month, and it's actually two. Not the wrong one. Man versus dog, and 100 men versus one gorilla. Now, this has sparked a very big discussion on social media, cause it's an interesting thing to pit the human race, specifically the male humans, against animals to see which come out on top. I'm gonna tackle the gorilla one first, cause there's a lot to say about the dog one that I'm probably gonna say later. But yeah, I've been having this conversation with a few of my friends and my dad. The main consensus was the men would lose. Because of a few reasons, and I don't think people really mention these reasons. They're saying that because of sheer overwhelming strength that we would somehow win this, and I have no idea how it was supposed to make that happen. Because number one, I get the fact that there's 100 of us, so we can bum rush this gorilla and take it down. But let's look at the gorilla stat spread for a bit, because its stat spread is kind of insane. Because when you start looking at it, you're like, maybe not. Because okay, a gorilla has a wingspan of 8 feet. And they're not really that tall. They're right around 175 to 180, 85 in height, which means they're like at the lower end they're like 5'7". At the higher end they're like 6 foot something. And in terms of weight, they're not really that. I actually looking at the debates, I didn't think they would be so light. They're actually not that heavy. They're like 400 to 600 pounds as well, but it varies from study to study, because we can't really have actual estimate of how strong they actually or how big they actually are. And then now it comes to the two most important parts of this discussion is the main fact of their strength and bite force. Sources vary to what they can lift, but the main consensus is that they are at least 5 to 10 times stronger than humans on average, and their bite force is strong enough to break human bones. And with that, I kind of can't give the win to the humans, because remember, we're taking this bare hands, the gorilla will be trying to protect itself. We're trying to kill it, but we're only giving the gorilla the killing intent here, because it wouldn't be fair, because gorillas are docile creatures. So it has to have, because it would be a handicap if we're just bum rushing it. It needs to defend itself because we're trying to kill it. So that's the only buff I'll give it towards the humans, and that's the main problem with this, because the first man who rushes towards it the first guy who rushed towards Majra, and I'm saying that guy was truly a trooper, first to die in the battle, but he literally just ran at him. Like, it still gets me that dude just got there, but that's the type of thing that we need. Otherwise, as soon as the first man goes flying or gets torn in half, morale for everybody else will go down and plummet fast. Because who's going to want to fight after seeing the gorilla just tear through the first 10 to 20 people? We're cooked. We're absolutely cooked. And remember, we're trying to kill it. This is bare hands. How the fuck are we going to even be able to hurt it? It has thick skin. Like, theoretically, if you try to punch it, you literally break your own arm trying to. So with that in mind, I just can't give the win to humans. Like, tell me how you're supposed to punch through a brick wall. And here's the thing, the fact that we're putting 100 men against one gorilla should really tell you how weak the human race is in terms of strength. And in terms of strength in the context of the animal kingdom, we're not that strong. So in that case, I can't really give the humans a win. Yeah, we lose, but I think we lose just barely, because it's again war of attrition. Either gorilla tires out first, or we fall as quickly as he tries to. Because remember, that first 10 minutes is basically gonna be like, yeah, That's why the most humans have to die for the gorilla to get the W. Anything after the first 10 minutes, maybe then the humans can launch a frontal assault. The second one really just grinds my gears because, as you know, I live in South Africa and I have dogs on my own. And as you can see, they're not big. They're actually quite small dogs. So in terms of those dogs, I'm kicking their teeth in. My dogs cannot beat me in a fight. I can take both of them on and I would still beat them. However, people on the internet really think they can beat a pit bull. Like no joke, people really think they can beat a pit bull. And I've seen gents on the internet like this.
100 kilograms. Insane. Ancient blood. This guy's only 16 months old. He's massive. Big brain, smart dog. Guardian. Listen, I know I made a video about man versus bear and stuff like that, but he said that dog is 100 kilograms. But that's a 220-pound dog. The matchup might be a little closer than what I thought. If I'm being real, I still think I'm taking the dog down. Bro, I'm 6'2", 240 right now.
And this.
If you would have locked me and that dog in a room and said, one of y'all gotta come out alive, I'm coming out. As a 6'1", 220-pound grown-ass man, I'm coming out of that room with a fur coat. That's a small man holding that dog. You wanna know how I can tell? Go back and look at the crinkle at the bottom of his pants. That man weighs about 130 pounds, soaking wet. Oh my God, but a kangaroo bites at like 700. I don't give a damn how hard he bites. Y'all ever seen like the guard dog videos how they're training these attack dogs? They have that arm out there to give them something to grab. Dogs are not hezzy faking. Oh, I'm going downstairs. Take the arm. Take it. I don't care. Because the minute a dog takes that arm, you see this one? I'm grabbing my strong ass fucking shoulder and I'm choking it. Like it's I am legend. Fucking in a bite.
Every time this conversation comes out, they're saying, no dog can beat me because I'm 130 pounds. I'ma walk out there with just a limb broken and blah, blah, blah. Like, shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up.
And I say this to say that these people suffer from first world problems. Because if something you'll know, for us who live in third world countries who are exposed to very vicious dogs, we know that when dogs attack people, they're not coming out alive. And the amount of news reports we've heard of people dying to dogs is absurd. And it's always the same one. It's a pit bull. Because a pit bull will absolutely rail you. But now, people, I don't understand. People, every time we go up a dog and say, I could still beat a kangaroo. No, you're not. And then they say they can beat a mastiff. A Tibetan mastiff. This dog looks like a bear. It literally is a walking bear. The size of a dog. Why in the fucking hell do you think you can beat this? Genuinely, it baffles me y'all think you can beat these dogs. Because number one, as soon as you get bum rushed by the dog, what are you doing? Remember, they have bite force that could break your bones. I see all the people on the internet saying that I could fight with an arm broken. No, you can't. No, you can't. It's not just gonna be an arm broken or a leg broken. It's gonna be a leg or arm chopped off your body. Please tell me how you're gonna approach. Remember, you're killing this thing. And I'm okay in admitting that a pit bull I will probably never be able to take in a fight. Not at all. Especially for me, I'm short. I'm 5'5". I'm definitely not killing this thing. Definitely not. So with that being said, none of y'all are beating anything above a pit bull. I don't care if you say you can beat a kangaroo, a mastiff, or anything other in between Great Dane and German Shepherd. You're lying to yourselves. This is what people mean when they say toxic masculinity or like the male ego. This is what actually mean, because this is what they mean when they say the male ego is going to kill y'all. Because y'all really think you can take this up a Tibetan mastiff in a fight. Y'all have low IQ. That's a low IQ thought. And I'm not taking that back. This is literally just low IQ thoughts. So with that being said, what have these two arguments have taught me that people really underestimate wild animals in general and even domesticated animals of how much damage they can do to you. They could still there's a reason why we use dogs as guard dogs or as anything as hunting dogs or as canine support units, because these things are literally bred for combat, for guarding, and for hunting. and you ain't beating something that's bred specifically to be a killing machine. But that's just my thought. Let me know your comments down below. I know. Why am I doing this video before I do the second part to my Naruto review? Well, that's the thing. Look at the script. This is all I have written down for the script. So I'm trying to gather my thoughts again, like I said, to be more of a cohesive unit in this form of content. But for now, please enjoy this deviation a bit, and I'll see you guys next time. With that being said, I am Zach Gamer, and I'm out.